Hi guys, today we're going to look at some pointers on selling complex products. My name is Carl from Buzz Website Design, and it's our job to help you to reach more customers. So, okay, what do I mean by a complex product? Well, let me just tell you a bit of a story. In this last few months, we've taken on a few clients who sell training, consultancy and advisory services to businesses and public sector organisations. Now, nothing in itself wrong with that, but because of the varying, often broad and even sometimes detailed nature of the work that they do, getting the benefits of what they do and the actual crux of the service across to potential customers is actually quite difficult. So, for example, in one particular case, we're working with a guy who's a consultant. He's a process specialist, so helps organisations become more efficient, develop processes which not only efficient but also work well and are easy to manage. Now, it's not just something you can go and pick off the shelf, and it's not something that's that easy to get across when trying to build a website and trying to do some marketing for him as well. On top of that, I had a chat last week with a lovely woman called Naomi, and she sells a range of training and personal development programs and business development programs. Again, quite complex, not straightforward, not something that's easy to grasp if you don't understand or get to grips with what it is she's trying to offer in quite quickly. Contrast that with us in our website design business. A website is, everybody understands a website, most people in business realize they have to have a website. They understand what a website is there to do and how to go about buying it and hopefully using it in their business. So from our point of view, selling that product or service is moderately straightforward compared to these others who have far more complex products and service offerings. So what can we do, what can you do if you sell a complex product into businesses or even to individuals as well? What can you do to actually maximize and increase the chances of your marketing generating leads and potential customers for your business? Well, first and foremost, it's absolutely vital that you embark on something very, very close to an education process to your potential clients. Largely because if they don't understand what it is that you're offering, they're never going to buy it. If they can't see any reason for them to even talk to you about implementing what it is you do or engaging you for a chat on how you might be able to help, then you've automatically lost them, and the chances are good they'll never come back. So it's absolutely vital that you try and get across some ideas on what it is you can do. Even if it's quite broad, try and pick on some low-hanging fruit that most people in most organisations can get to grips with. This is what we do, and it's often not as simple as a couple of words like website or just training or coaching or office cleaning. Try and be as specific as you can in a short amount of time to get across what the crux of it does for the organisation. Which leads me on quite nicely to the next point, in that you have to try and get across the benefits of what it is you do really, really quickly. If it is a complex product, people will only ever buy something if they can see it working for them and their organisation. So, for example, if you're running change management, you could put something along the lines of, well, we do change management. This means that we'll look at your organisation, how it functions, and we'll look to make it more efficient, make it easier to use, and more importantly, make it more beneficial and useful for your business going forward. Or words to those effects. You touch it up. But what you've got to try and do is get across the benefits of what it is that you're trying to get across. People only buy stuff if they can see something in it for them. And with a complex product, you've got to get to that as quickly as you possibly can after trying to explain what it is you do. Also, as part of this education process, you need to discuss if there is a process that you go through for looking at this. What is the process in what it is you do? What are the outcomes? What can people expect? And again, it can be as simple or as complex as you want to make it. But the key thing is this: you've got to get it across really, really quickly. If you try using high-minded language, jargon, technical terms, etc., and your target audience may or may not grasp them, then you're shooting yourself in the foot. Keep the language simple, keep it easy to grasp and understand. So if somebody in a big organisation is buying on behalf of a department, which they may not necessarily be involved in, then at least they will get to grips with it, they will understand it, and you may stand a chance of getting a phone call. And also as well, if there is a lot of client involvement in your product or service offering, then you need to get that across too. Here's what we need from you, here's your involvement, here's how we're going to help you, and here's how we're going to work together to make this happen for you. Now this may all sound like a great deal of stuff to get across, and to some extent it is, and that's arguably one of the challenges of selling complex products. But the great thing about it is if you get this down and do it well, you can beat most of your competition in your field, because a lot of people will put in jargon. They will expect potential clients to understand what it is they do, and in my experience that's not the case. Even in website design, not everybody fully understands what's involved in having a website done. So we try and get it across to them that they will have to be involved in the process too. And finally, as if all of that lot wasn't enough, you're going to have to cover some areas of what clients have to say, and possibly case study information as well, especially in the more complex services like our consultant client. He's a specialist in processes. Now that means lots of things to different people, so he's having to get all of these things across in his website and in his marketing, but ultimately he wants to get that third-party verification. What clients have said, what clients say about us, and even better still, are there any case studies that you can pick on? Here's stuff that we've done in the past, here's what the issue was, here's how we fixed it, and here's what the client's experiencing now, and more importantly, here's what the client had to say about it at the end. And when people can see that and they can relate to these issues, they're more likely to pick up the phone than if you've just gone through this lengthy process of trying to explain what it is you do, how you work, etc. Pick on case studies. Case studies are brilliant, especially if they're followed up with what clients have to say about it. So I really, really hope that's useful. Selling complex products can be quite complex in itself, but can be made fairly straightforward in your marketing just to get the phone ringing or people inquiring from your website by going through this education process to get people buying into what it is you have to do. And all you've got to do is pique their interest enough for them to pick up the phone to start the discussion, or to send you an email to have that dialogue to try and figure out what it is they're looking for and how you're going to meet that. So once again, I appreciate you watching. Please, if you've got any thoughts on this or you're involved in this, let me know in the comments below. It would be great to hear from you. And finally, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. We make one of these videos roughly once a week, and YouTube will let you know each time we do. So thank you very much again for watching, and bye for now.